Please welcome Senior Director Product Marketing OpenText, Fred Sass, and Senior Director Product Management OpenText, Mark Diefenbroek.
Well, hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to OpenText Enterprise World 2019. We're actually kicking off Enterprise World with the Content Services track keynote this year, which I think is very cool. It's kind of going to my head a little bit. I'm Fred Sass. I run product marketing for Content Services. This is my partner,
Mark Diefenbroek, running product management. Happy to be here. Welcome.
And we're going to keep you entertained and informed for the next 90 minutes or so. I can't, guarantee the entertained part, but definitely informed. And we're, I'm kind of thinking this as we're kicking off Enterprise World, and Peter Gabriel's our closing act towards the end of the event on Thursday. And let me just tell you a bit about what we're gonna talk about. First of all, I just gotta say thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your business. I know we have customers in the room that have been with us for 10 or 20 years, and we don't take that for granted. So thank you. Obviously, as the session title suggests, we're going to talk a lot about the roadmap and strategy. We have lots of demos. We have product managers coming up to show us some of the latest and greatest enhancements. We have a couple of guest speakers. We have a customer coming up. We have an industry analyst. They're going to kind of stretch our brains there. And just want to make sure that you're getting the most out of Enterprise World. So as we get started here, I just want to plant a few thoughts with you. To borrow a term from our CEO, Mark Barrenechea, he often talks about rethink or reimagine. And just, as you go through the week or the session today, just think about how your users are accessing content. Are they accessing it in a standalone application? Is it in some other lead application? Just kind of think about that. How your staff works together. Maybe you've made some investments in collaboration tools. Are you getting the most out of that? How your information is governed. How you support your business processes. And information advantage is a term you'll hear quite a bit this week. And thinking about whether your content services systems are getting you ahead in your market. And even things like who runs your system. Keep an open mind to that. Maybe you want to run it yourself, you want to host it yourself, but certainly there's other options around managed services hosting, private cloud, and SaaS. So those are some hot buttons actually in the market these days, and we ask you to keep an open mind about that. And Mark, I think you're going to start us with some highlights from the year.
Yeah, I think it has been truly an amazing year. So when we look at what we deliver to you as a customer, we had 2 enhancement packs, EP5 in October and EP6 just now in April this year. It has tons of new features for all of our products. They all were delivered in time. We have OT2 SaaS. We talked about that already last year, but we now really deliver solutions, services, purpose-built applications that are available today. So you can start using OT2 today. And we also introduced a new brand family, which we call Core. Maybe that's new for you. You've heard about Core before, but Core now is a family of applications. So basically all applications on OT2 will have the Core brand, and we will introduce a few of them in this presentation. Also, when we look at the partnerships, we will see, and we are here today, that we lift the SAP partnership to the next level. We will bring it together with SAP to the cloud and deliver to you new options to run OpenText and SAP in the cloud. We will introduce new partnerships with Google, where we have lots of good things that we do together with Google. You will hear about that also in the keynotes, and we will show you some aspects of that also in this presentation. And we build out partnerships with Salesforce. We will introduce new solutions with Salesforce beyond what we had before. And as of EP6, we have now 15 of our products available to run in the cloud as cloud editions, so you can start using them already, and I think that is also a great advancement during the year.
Yeah, I mean it's good to pat ourselves in the back, but it's also nice to get some external validation. So we were very pleased in this latest Gartner Magic Quadrant to get placed in that leaders quadrant towards the top right, and actually to be very close to that coveted top right corner. And we need to thank our customers for that as well, because you guys are with us on that journey and helping us guide our product strategy. And Gartner reaches out to you guys to gauge your satisfaction and how you're using the software. So thank you for that. That's good external validation. And Mark, you're going to kind of take us through bit of the portfolio?
Yeah, a little bit of orientation when we talk content services. What is actually content services? So we believe content services are here to make customers more successful, giving them the information advantage. That is a theme of the whole enterprise world. And we believe this information advantage is really driven by our content services. In the middle you see the platforms, Extended ECM, Content Server, Documentum. These are the centerpiece of content services. And they're built on rock-solid foundations such as search, analytics, archiving, records management. And these days we give you also cloud deployment options. So this is a foundation. These content services are complemented by capture and document generation solutions. And together these three form the backbone of content services and the foundation for intelligent automation to enable customers to get away from manual content-related tasks. They are the foundation for integration into business applications such as SAP, Salesforce, Microsoft. And they are also the foundation for horizontal solutions, think HR or industry solutions. And when we look at these content services, they have evolved a lot. And what we want to share in this presentation is an insight into the roadmap, into key themes we want to further push the content services.
Yeah, just to touch on these 5 things, and like Mark said, this kind of steers our product roadmap, these themes. It's also how our session is structured. You know, fancy features aside, it really all starts with user experience for us. There's always, with every release, investments in the ergonomics, the usability of the product, so there'll be a section on that. Digital business and digital workplace, that notion is very important for how we go to market, and it's really kind of based in the belief that you're generally better having your content access through the lead applications where your staff tend to be working in their business processes. Intelligent automation, you know, is all about kind of getting to that next level of usefulness in terms of automating the content-centric processes that can be automated. Information governance is really in our DNA as OpenText. Some of the most kind of early use cases of the company were in that area, and of course cloud. We'll talk about cloud towards the end, although it's infused throughout the whole sessions. And now, you know, Mark, you start with that first one.
Yeah, let's start with user experience. That is what everybody sees at the first sight looking at our software. This is Smart View. I think you have all seen that. We have talked about that in last year's Enterprise World. This year, this Smart View is available basically for all of our key applications. So it runs on Documentum D2, it runs on Extended ECM, it runs on Content Suite platform, and we also use it for our new OT2 applications. So the Smart View, the feedback we got so far, it is really seen as a game changer. It is a new way how people work with our solutions. It's a new paradigm how to interact with content and related information that may come from other systems. The design principles are, it is responsive, so it runs from desktop down to phone-sized devices. It is personalized, it is role-based, so you can tailor it to certain target groups in your organizations. It is widgetized, that means you can orchestrate the different design elements on the screen, and you can also integrate it into leading business applications such as SAP, Salesforce, and others. So it's also a mean of integration, and you can take Smart View and build your own integrations. You can take Smart View using the SDK that we provide and integrate that into your own applications or add additional components to the Smart View. So this has really been a game changer, and we are continuing to invest in Smart View. We have completed it compared to the classic UIs of our applications, but we have also invested in net new capabilities in Smart View. We just don't want a one-to-one copy of the classic UI into Smart View. So we introduce new concepts and new capabilities. And something that is new is, for example, I'm just picking one example here, is a media browse that you can have a look at images and videos in Content Server, Smart View, in a much better way than before. So you see thumbnail views, you can open up a couple of images, have a gallery view, browse through the images, and see the metadata of the images. So this brings us actually to the first demo of today. I'm happy to welcome on stage Brian Jenks. He is one of my product managers, and he's running Documentum D2 product management. So Brian, what are you going to show us today?
Thanks, Mark. So I'm going to show the new D2 latest release with the Smart View client. I'm going to show some of the new features that we have in this release. And for this scenario, I'm a PM at a large software company that does this annual event once a year in Toronto. And I've been asked to do some storyboards and provide them to my boss, Andy, and he wants to see what I'm working on at the end of the day. So I'm going to start off that process. So what I have up on the screen right now is a landing page. And in that landing page, I have some of the new action tiles that this release has. I can import or just add a file. And I want to create a file from scratch. What I want to do, though, is actually use our templates. We have corporate supplied templates for storyboards, for charters, for different other product management related documents. And by using that template, I can also leverage the fact that there are already properties that file has automatically added to it. So I'm going to inherit and use these properties as this file as a blueprint for the properties, as well as the content inside of it. So I'm going to start directly with something already in that file. Go ahead. The properties are automatically filled in for me. I don't have to do that except for this one title. So let's go ahead and give a title. And then the file will go ahead and get created on the system.
So these are content creation, that is a new capability with EP6, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's new for EP6 is both adding a new file, importing, creating folders, a lot of the basic content creation stuff. So the storyboard got created. I could go to an overview of that storyboard, but really what I want to do now is fast forward through my day, right? That was just a template. That was a shell based on the corporate standard. Now I've worked throughout the day through the power of the magic mouse. I'm going to fast forward to the end of the day, and I've completed my work. But now I want to share it with Andy, my boss.
Andy.
Yes, meet Andy. And I want to share it with him. I'm going to send him an email. Go ahead and we get an email. This has automatically transferred me over into my email client. In this case, I'm using Outlook Web. And we'll go ahead and send that. So now while this sends over, Andy's going to be in Mail. And he can he'll get the message in Mail on his tablet, and he'll be able to he'll complete this flow from his tablet directly. So there you go.
Okay, so I received the mail from Brian with the information that the new storyboard is ready. I click on the link. That brings me in the Smart View on my tablet. I can download the document, and I can open it up in Word and can do some changes here. So I can do the normal stuff here, do some changes and markups, do my review and remarks here, whatever that is. And once I'm done, I can go back to the Safari and add a new version here. I can pick the document, and it asks me for some metadata, but most of the metadata is already filled, so I can basically just say add version, and I have completed my task here on the iPad.
So all of this was done straight from the tablet as well. So this is really exciting stuff for D2, being able to create content in the Smart View client, both from desktop and down to the tablet.
It's ready to use, always EP6.
Yes.
Right. Super.
Great.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
Thanks, Mark.
And back to you, Fred.